Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of Weekend Bytes Season 2 with me, your host, Ashishs. Today, we have with us the first runners up of Mr. Gay India 2018, who does modeling as a side hustle and full time works as a HR in Amazon. He is very extroverted in nature and he's also the co founder of the brand called Be-Unit. So, let's welcome Ashish Chopra. Hi Ashish, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so let's start with you introducing yourself to our audience.
Sure. I'm Ashish. I am 27 years old. I am from Nagpur, but currently I'm in Delhi.
Okay.
I work with Amazon and I also run a brand on the side called Be Unique. And I was the first runner for Mr. Gay India and just a few things that I keep doing here and there.
Right. Okay, that's amazing. So tell me, when and how exactly did you get into modeling?
I always wanted to be I always wanted to be a model, but there were a lot of people who kept telling me that, oh, you're too short, you don't have the great body to be a model. So I did not really get a chance to be a model when I really wanted to. So when I started my own brand 2 years back, that
Right.
is when I was like, okay, I can at least model for my own brand. And
Exactly.
the pictures turned up really well, so other people also kind of reached out if I'd be interested for a photo shoot. So that's how it kept growing.
Okay, that's cool. So how was your experience at Mr. Gay India 2018 when you participated there?
It was very scary. I was a very shy, very introverted kid. I would be
Okay.
very scared to talk to someone new. But at Mr. Gay India, when I came second, I think that really opened me up. That really changed me as a person because that made me a lot more confident. That made me feel like, okay, I can actually do something. If I can come second here, it is a big deal.
Of
So
course.
that is when my life completely transformed. That's when I gave a lot of interviews also in newspapers. I got the TV show also
Right.
and a magazine shoot. That's when like it all happened.
That's great. So, tell me, how was the feeling after being the first runners up? Did you expect that somehow, will you win or not? Did you thought that you will win it?
Not at all. Never had I even imagined. I thought I would be like the fourth or the fifth person because I looked at the competition and I'm like, there's no chance I'm winning.
Oh my God. Okay.
मैंने तो सोचा भी नहीं था, but first runner-up was good enough and it gave me a huge boost in my confidence levels. And I'm going for Mr. India 2022 again so that I can win it this time.
Okay, that's amazing, and I best of luck and I hope that you win.
I really need it.
I'm sure you're talented enough to win, but let's hope for the best. Okay, so tell me, you have been a part of a MTV show called Elevator Pitch. So tell us something about it and how was your experience there?
Being on TV is scary. The camera is always on your face, so I was very nervous.
Okay.
So being on TV I was super scared. I was super nervous. I was not myself on the TV show, I would say. But I loved how everyone tried to make me feel a lot more comfortable. I knew a lot of people on set, so they tried to make it very easy for me. But yeah, I was still pretty scared, pretty nervous. If you see the show, you'll not see this Ashish who's so relaxed, so chilled out. You will see a very different Ashish who's trying his best to not pee in his pants.
Okay, oh my God. All right, so camera makes you a little conscious, right?
Very, not a little, very conscious.
Okay, all right. So tell me, are you interested towards acting as well? As we know that you have a small guest appearance in Made in Heaven season 2. So are you inclined towards acting a little?
I don't mind as a background types. Even in Made in Heaven, I don't have a dialogue. I'm just standing in the background, so I don't mind doing that because
Okay.
it is no stress. I just have to chill. I just have to pick the background. So I don't have to say dialogues. I don't have to say the same thing 20 times. Oh my
Right.
God. When it gets really frustrating when they do the same take 15, 20 times. I thought they just do it once or twice and just choose which one is better. But no, they record each and every scene for like 20 times.
Hmm.
And even the sequence where I am in, it's barely a 2 minute sequence.
Okay.
And it was a full day shoot. We reached there at
Oh my God.
3 p.m. and we left at 4 a.m. the
Oh
next
my
day.
God, that's
It
so
was
long.
that long for just a 5 minute sequence. So I realized it's not easy. So
Right, yes.
I think acting, maybe not. Modeling and just pictures, I think I'm a lot better with. But
Right.
like learning dialogues and speaking in front of the camera, I think I might not be able to do that.
Okay. That's fine. So tell me, like, as you are the co-founder of Be Unique, tell us something about it and how did you plan to start this? What was your motivation behind it and all of that?
It's very funny. My mom was working at a footwear brand and she was like, "Inko kuch nahi aata karna. They don't know how to run a business." So I just told mom that why don't you start your own if you have so many problems with it? So she's like, "You give me an idea and I'll start." So I
Okay.
just told her that a lot of men in India want to wear heels and they don't get their sizes because India, if you want a heel, you'll have to go to the women's section and look for the largest size they have, which is usually a 6 or a 7. And men mostly have like an 8 or a 9 or even 10, and वो size का तो heel मिलता ही नहीं है. So that's how we started. But the heels we were making were not good quality, and there were a lot of problems we were facing with it. So we changed it into like a very colorful footwear brand. So it was just footwear that was very bright, very not the usual boring black shoes or the boring brown shoes, but just a lot more fun, a lot more quirky footwear. And that picked up. That finally, a lot of people, mostly my friends only, they all like, "Oh, we love it." So that's how it started growing. Where my friends bought it, they would wear it. Their friends saw it, and they were like, "Oh, where do you buy it from?" And they bought it.
Okay.
Then we met this. We were at a conference where we met a lot of LGBT entrepreneurs, and that's when I realized that these people are just selling on their Instagram or in their own cities, and they need a wider, need to reach a wider market. And that's when we went international. We told these entrepreneurs that your products can go all over the world, and we have shipped their products to Norway, Singapore, US, UK, like 15 countries.
Okay, that's amazing. So tell me, like, as you said, like you wanted to you started with like a heel brand. What is your opinion regarding gendering of clothes and fashion accessories? Like there's like a women's section, there's a man's section. So what is your opinion regarding that?
I think it's just stupid. I was wearing a skirt yesterday, and when I wanted that skirt, the lady tells me, "Sir, this is for women." And I was like, "Who told you that? Will this skirt mind? Will this skirt have a problem that a man is wearing it? Well, I'm giving you sales. You do your work. You sell it to me. Why are you telling me it's female and I cannot buy it?"
Exactly. Yeah, totally agreed. Like, what's the necessity? Clothes don't have a gender. Why do you gender it?
That's why even on our website we don't segregate. These are females' dresses. These are males' clothes. It's all just shirts, tops. Yeah, we don't put any gender on it.
Perfect. Okay, so do you have any current projects that you are working on that you would like to share with us?
I recently gave this job interview and I have cracked the most difficult interview apparently.
Okay.
I will be joining Google soon, and I never thought this shy boy from this small town Nagpur would ever even interview at Google, let alone being selected. I had never imagined getting there, but it's happening.
Oh my God. Congratulations. Google is huge.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing. Okay, so do you have any moments you would like to describe as your happiest, and why?
When I got the offer letter on my birthday from Google, I was crying. I had never imagined, and my interviews I thought were very stressful, and I might not have performed well, but luckily they did like me, and everything did go smoothly. So that is one day I cried. Even Mr. Gay India, when I came second, I was very emotional. I could not believe it also. I was very shocked that
Right.
when they announced the top three and I was there, I was like, this is impossible. I thought I'll be fourth or fifth. And how my life changed after that, I think I'm glad that happened to me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so talking about it, like, tell me how supportive were your surrounding, like your parents, colleagues, when you decided to join in Mr. Gay India, and also when you came out.
My mom has been like, when I came out to my mom, it was not that great. We did not speak for like a year and a half. But now too, she's all like, कब लड़का ढूंढ रहे हो, शादी कब करोगे, let's just do something
Okay.
already. What are you waiting for? And like it took her good 2 years to understand. Me and my
Right.
dad don't really talk about it, but dad knows. He's aware, but he's not like, अरे बताओ लड़का कब ला रहा है घर में, like my mom. My brother has always been super supportive. He knew since I was 16, so brother has always been chill. My colleagues were super amazing. When I joined my first organization, I think there were a batch of 20 of us, all freshers who had joined, and I think 16 of them were girls and 4 boys. And these 16 girls were such a huge support system for me. When I went for Mr. Gay India, I did not have the money for it. I was not planning to apply because there's a huge fee that you also have to pay.
Right.
And these girls lent me that money so that I could apply for it. And then I had to repay that for the next few months.
Oh my god, okay.
They pushed me to go for it.
I mean, that's really sweet, and I'm happy that you had such a good environment. Like, although your parents in the starting were not supportive, but that's understandable also. They slowly, yeah. So that's really amazing. Now moving ahead, tell me, like, what is something about people's mindset that you get really irritated with, and you want to change that?
People usually think that people from the LGBT community are weird or like aliens or just something wrong. I just want to tell them that, hey, we're just normal people like any other person.
Exactly.
And we're not very different. And what we are asking for is equal rights. We don't want any extra rights. I'm not saying I'll pay less tax or I want like a golden throne because I'm gay. I'm just saying if you can get married, I want to get married. If you can have kids, I want to have kids. That's not something extra I'm asking for. I just want equality.
Right. That's something basic that we ask for, and I don't know why people have problem with it. Maybe it's the problem with education and less awareness. So I think what is your opinion regarding that? Like, what is your opinion about the awareness and education, especially in India?
I've realized that education also does not have to do a lot with how much you know about the LGBT community and how accepting are you. Education is not really that important. Right. It's what you feel in your head and in your heart. Because I know a lot of educated people who are still against the LGBT community, who still say that it is unnatural and they are wrong. So education, not really. It's mostly about what people would feel. Me loving a man, I don't know how can it bother anyone else. It's not none of your business. I'm not like forcing you into the relationship. So why are you bothered? You live your life, let me live my life.
Exactly.
So, but obviously it is super important to tell them that, hey, these people exist and you have to treat everyone equally. You don't have to be like, oh, because he's gay, you make fun of them. We have to really stop. Bullying has been, oh my god, it was such a huge problem for me in childhood. I was bullied for like 18 years of my life. I would always avoid going to school because I knew if I went to school, I will be bullied. I would tell mom, aaj sar dard ho raha hai, aaj pet dard ho raha hai, I don't want to go.
That's so sad.
So we really need to educate people so that they stop bullying.
Okay. Also, I wanted to add one more point because as you talked about education, most of the people who are like very well educated but still being insensitive, I feel a lot of it is blamed to the education in itself. Like when we were taught in schools or colleges, we were never been aware about anything which is important, like something related to LGBTQIA+, or generally, if you see, there are some basic rights that we were not taught about. So that is what is important to be educated now on, at least if it wasn't in the past.
there was no sex education at all, even in my school. Even
Exactly.
if there was sex education, there was just 15 minutes of a lesson where they told you that this is a condom, this is how you use it, this is how babies are born, that's all.
And where they are very shy to talk about it.
Oh
So
my
they just
god, it was the most awkward conversation we had with our teachers, probably.
right, right. So that's the thing that needs to change, and I hopefully it changes soon. So
Yeah.
moving ahead, tell me like what are your greatest weakness and what are you doing to overcome it and how?
Being shy, being shy in front of a camera, especially, I really want to uh, like grow and be a lot more confident in front of a camera, but it will take a little time, and I've realized that I'm losing out on so much. There were 2, 3 TV shows I was offered, but because I was a little shy, I sent in the audition tape, and I was obviously kind of nervous and scared, so I did not get those. And I'm realizing that okay, I am losing out on opportunities because of this. So I need to work on it. So I keep practicing, and as and when I keep auditioning, I'm learning more. I'm trying to get a lot more comfortable. So I think it'll come to me soon.
That's nice, and I think you're also improving a lot because right now you look so confident in front of the camera. Of course, of course. Okay, so tell me, what professional goal do you have for yourself? Something that you wish to do in future?
I want to now that I'm joining Google, I want to replace Sundar Pichai next.
Oh,
Probably
that's
20
great.
years, 20, 30 years down the line. But yeah, I want to get there. And I want to be like Tim Cook is an openly gay CEO of the biggest company in the world, one of the biggest
Right.
companies in the world. I want to be an openly gay CEO of one of the biggest companies in the world. I want to be a role model because when I was a kid, I did not have any role models to look up to. My
Right.
mom would ask me, ki, "You'll also become like Bobby Darling. People will make fun of you for being LGBTQ." And I like no, and I would tell her, "Ki no, there are role models like Ellen, and there are role models like Neil Patrick Harris." But India, mein, I did not have anyone. मैं किसका नाम लेता तब? Now,
Right.
luckily, we have like a Sushant Divgikar, we have Suresh Ramdas. But back then, we had no role models, and hopefully, I get to be that role model someday.
Right. Talking about Bobby Darling, as you brought it up, so what is your opinion regarding the representation of LGBTQIA plus people in movies and web series? Because
It,
earlier it wasn't there for sure and it was purely misrepresented. But right now, what is your opinion? Is it changing or the present representation is still not there?
Initially, it was horrible, especially if you look at the Dostana made by Karan
Oh,
Johar.
of
We
course.
thought it would create some positive impact, but it was sad. Then there was, oh god, Partner mein, no, there was Student of the Year where Rishi Kapoor is playing a gay role.
Right.
That was shown so negatively. Most of them, where the LGBT character is like the laughing stock. The joke is around them being feminine. But
Right.
luckily now it's changing. I am so happy to see. When I saw एक लड़की को देखा तो ऐसा लगा with Sonam there. That was great. I saw Konkana in Ajit Dastan. That was great. I saw Vani Kapoor Abhi with Ayushman in the movie. It is changing. It is so good to see. Made in Heaven season 1, great representation. I was like, now things are changing. Finally, someone's taking charge. Some people are actually taking care and being a little more respectful, and actually want to show what's real, what's actually happening around this in the society.
Right. Also, like all those characters that you mentioned, all of them in real life are like cis heterosexual people. So, do you think that should stop and people should actually take like people from LGBTQIA plus for the representation of the right thing? Like if you see if a black woman is presented like in a movie of Ayushman Khurrana where Bhumi Pendekar was shown as a black woman, but in general she is not, where the representation went wrong. So do you think that people should be chosen correctly and in the right frame so that the output will be better because the minds are of LGBTQI plus people or the ones who are represented?
Yes, even if you see Chandigarh Kare Aashiki, you will realize how badly they have casted Vani Kapoor. If they would have casted a trans character, this could have been one of the best movies made in this year.
Exactly, because
Unfortunately, Vani Kapoor ruined the movie. But I loved the whole concept. I loved the whole idea. The dialogues were great, but just Vani wasn't that great. Even Sonam Kapoor was not that great a character, I would say. Luckily, though, the writer Ghazal Taliwal was a trans person who wrote "Ek ladki ko dekha to aisa laga." So I think there was positive intent, and she tried her best. But obviously, there would have been some pressure. Ki, nahi, we have to take a big star that will bring us the money. So that's why probably they took Sonam Kapoor, and who clearly did not do a great job also.
Right.
I think taking people from the LGBT community would have created a lot more impact. Maybe it would not have given them as much money, but would have been a lot more effective.
Right. Okay, so Ashish, tell me, like, what are your hobbies and interests outside of modeling, and whatever you do, what do you like to do in your free time?
I'm quite a party person. I am always out. I am always dancing and drinking with my friends. I'm a social networking person. I'm very active on my social media also. I love my Instagram account. So I keep scrolling quite a lot. I don't create a lot of content. I'm not a content creator, but I like appreciating other people's content.
That's amazing. That's really good thing about you. Okay. So lastly, tell me, like, if there was something about your journey up till now that you would like to change, what would it be?
My childhood, for sure. I really want to go back in time and slap each and every bully who harassed me, who made my life miserable, who made 15 years of my childhood disgusting, where I don't have any fond memories of my childhood. So I'd go back and stop them from doing it, so that I could have had a normal childhood just like anyone else did. I could have had some great memories of my childhood just like everyone else does. So I would hit them back. I would just politely sit and not create a scene because I did not have the courage to fight. I thought it was something wrong with me, that, oh, I like men and all these other boys like women, so probably I am wrong. I am an alien, born in the wrong planet or something. So I would go back in time and tell myself that, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. You need to educate these bitches who don't know, who are uneducated, stupid people.
Exactly.
So go back in time and give them back.
Exactly. Right. I hope, like, at least this generation, like right now, students are aware and they don't just hide themselves up and stand up and speak up for themselves. I hope that happens soon, or is happening right now. Hopefully.
Waiting for it, yes.
Yes, right. Okay, so thank you, Ashish, for joining this interview. It was lovely talking to you. Like, the entire conversation was so much, intriguing and interesting. I got to learn so much. So thank you for joining this interview.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so for everyone else, this was the last episode of Weekend Bytes Season 2. We'll see you in the next season of Weekend Bytes. Till then, stay tuned and stay safe.